Good afternoon, SpeedGaming fans. I'm the Kuchiri, and welcome to Week 3 of the Link to the Past League, Season 2. We got the last locationers putting up Goomba versus, Missing Bow putting up Baba and Randomizer. Joining me today is the wonderful and talented Me. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. I am been loving Randomizer Week. It really showcases some of the more interesting things of Rando, where it's not just your regular open standard seed. Execution is important, but at the same time, execution goes out the window. All those tried and true strats about, pumping along the walls or getting that perfect draw transition kind of goes out the window when all of a sudden there's a giant chain chomp blocking your way.
Yeah, the main skill you need for this week is improvisation, if I could pronounce that word correctly. That'd be fantastic. Because these runners will have to face shuffled enemies. So you won't find guards outside Sanctuary, you may find Abimos. You may go into the Mimic Cave and find Helmosars. But we start out with 10 arrows apiece. And what else do we have this week going on with enemy shuffle?
We also have a boss shuffle as we got a quick map check. Both red crystals are in the light world on Eastern and Hera with a regular crystal at Desert. So the boss shuffle is what's called a full boss shuffle. That means the 10 bosses are shuffled around and 3 of them are duplicated to represent the 3 boss fights in Ganon's Tower. Now that doesn't necessarily mean the Ganon's Towers will be the duplicates. It could be that Eastern and Hera both have the same boss in them. It's different from seed to seed, and you don't know what's going to happen until you get up to the boss, which really changes your routing quite a bit.
I do love how both runners try to set up the tree pole.
Yep. And hey, look, there's only a Master Sword enemy here. It doesn't count.
Yep. Well, Goomba was able to kill a Octorok to get the hearts as the main one. We get a decent 100 rupees. That'll be good enough to see what's on Bio Vendor, or if we need to buy bombs, we'll buy bombs instead.
So far, it looks like, get one of those mimics there on the overworld. Important thing to note about Randomizer is, traps are randomized too. You get the little spikes, you get the giant spikes, you'll get the rollers, and the Beamos. Luckily, thieves are killable in this mode. Sometimes other Randomizer modes, you'll get unkillable thieves, and they just do not feel great.
Sometimes they even do damage, which luckily these don't. But we're going to see Lumberjack with a whole horror container. We're not grabbing that anytime this seed.
But a nice
first bow. Man, just growing out in the middle of the forest.
Wouldn't you like this bow?
Just funny how nature works that way. Oh, free bombs.
I think Houston Baba was thinking about carrying that Vish to Kakariko. That's one of the really fun things with Randomizer, is if a fish spawns near Kakariko, you want to go and carry that into the village to give it to the bottle vendor. He'll give you a full magic refill, some bombs, and 80 rupees.
8 bombs, 10 arrows to be exact.
Oh, yes. So it's a nice full refill, but I guess that fish is a bit too far to carry. They'll even say, you carried a fish all the way here? Here, have this.
Yeah, normally you have to take it all the way from the dam to the bottom vendor. I did that once back when I was a kid. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
All right, into Blind's Hut, one of the first item hoards here. We'll see if we get anything of value to go along with that bow in the Lost Wood.
Half vanilla so far. We get the Moon Pearl, though.
Moon Pearl is cool. That lets us set up potentially a fake flipper for the Waterfall Cave.
And the Rig Boomerang.
We'll talk about a little bit more when we get to South Shore, but fake flippering in Randomizer is another little thing that, is a little bit different, because the enemies that are in the water may not be just your typical Zoras. Into the well for our second Kakariko item hoard.
We're getting a lot of the red 20s out of the way. Still haven't found that much. We are looking for hopefully a sword here soon. We do get the mushroom.
And some
And
more
more bombs.
Okay, nothing so far. It is really nice to have a bow, some kind of weapon early in Randomizer. The bow is nice too because it lets you get some distance.
Oh, that is a disgusting chicken hut.
Yeah. Oh, Goomba takes a
And,
death.
Yeah, this chicken hut may be something we'll see far later on, because those guards will take multiple arrows to kill as well.
And they're so fast, no matter, even if you're really skilled with that bow, it's super hard to try to get out of their way, to try to stun them with the boomerang.
Yeah, no, double deaths on both sides, so we're skipping half of Kakariko to do the dam.
All right, we'll see if we get anything. Yeah, they're not going back there. So we still have the Baka Tavern. We still got the race game and check of Library Ledge.
We got flippers, so
Okay.
fake flippers a problem right now.
All right, not a problem at all. And Houston Bob are going to go and make their way to Eastern. Normally in Eastern, you would need the bow to full clear it, but that's not the case because even though all the enemies are shuffled, kill rooms are guaranteed not to have enemies that require a specific weapon. So you won't see the red Igors or the red Mimics or Terrapins in any kill room.
Now, this does not exclude us, though, from having Trinex at the back of these dungeons, where we would require the two rods. So, we get the Power Glove. We're one item away from Dark World access. So, while we could do all of Eastern, we may run into Argus or Trinex, and there goes our trek through Eastern.
Yeah, the other one would be Cold Stare that requires a specific item, being Bombos or the Fire Rod, to break the shell. So those three, you go, you look, and you go back. And also, at this point in time, we don't have anything that could take care of Blind or Mothula or Moldorm. We could theoretically take care of Helbasaur, but yeah, with bombs, that's not a great choice.
As a kid, I thought that was the only way he took off his mask.
You know what? That seems to be a really common thought. It's either, you apply the dungeon item, or you think, oh, it's a hard shell, let's use those bombs.
Well, you gotta remember, back then, there wasn't really, a dungeon item theme. Like this, heck, even before Pod, your one dungeon that kind of required you to use the dungeon item was Eastern with the bow, but then Desert and Hera did not have you use the dungeon item to kill the boss.
That's true.
No, not like in Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and stuff like that of the older, But yeah, no, common trick, yeah, but do you need the gloves to pull the worms out of the sand?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, no, so back in the day, when Helmasaur King is your 5th boss after Aga 1, you didn't know what the hammer could do.
Oh, for all you know, all it was used is for punching down those moles.
Yep. Ooh, Baba messes up this room.
Yep.
It's fine, though. He can...
So, the other thing with Randomizer is that any rooms that have spawnable enemies, like those ones that spawn on the floor, or the Freezors in Ice Palace, or the Wallmasters in Skullwoods, will continue to have those enemies spawn in the room. They won't be randomized.
Oh, I will not be doing this Dark Room 4 Heart Scream now.
No.
No.
No matter how seamy... Oh, there's our hammer. So we've got our Dark World access as soon as Goomba heads to Sahasral's Closet or Houston goes to Paradox Cave. But yeah, dark rooms in Randomizer are, even the simplest ones can be really scary, but this one doesn't seem too bad, actually. But there's no reason there couldn't have been Lionels in the dark or a giant roller or something to take care of them. But that one seemed pretty friendly.
He kind of looked out there. However, we got Gyptos in the big key room.
Oh, and Goomba took a death on the way to Ice Rod Cave.
That's not too bad of a death. If he decides he can jump in the water with those flippers, check the man under the bridge, and swing over that way to finish off Ice Rock Cave. But it looks like we're just going to do Hyrule Dungeon right now. Oh, we find the shovel, and I think there's an item on the boss that we're going to be ignoring. I did not see the compass just though.
I lost count of items, unfortunately.
Well, there was 10 arrows in the front, and then that shovel, and I can't remember compass chest. I know map chest was vanilla.
All right, Goomba taking a look at escape.
It's the Uncle's Bombs in the first chest of Hyrule Dungeon. We'll see what the mini-boss is guarding Zelda's cell. It's always a hilarious thing. When you get to the end, and it's like, the dude stuck in the floor. Ooh, blue mail!
Mail upgrades are really great in Randomizer. You'll see in some of the more, I don't want to call them standard modes, but the more regular modes, people might shun upgrades or heart containers, but not so much in this set because you never know how much damage you're going to have to tank with your face.
True. Those rollers, regardless of mail though, will still do 1 damage apiece.
Race game only being 5 rupees, so that wasn't worth coming back for. Houston will give us the information about the library, check back a tavern.
Still doesn't have anything to do with those red guards. Won't take as much damage though. The mini boss is a Patrick. For the mirror. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, that's a really nice find.
Any other seed, he would have mirrored out to do the dark room, but again, as I said before, dark rooms are just dumb.
Oh, did the Kung Fu boomerang strats and got the chicken clip for a single piece of heart. Nicely done by Houston Baba there.
Goomba's doing what I was saying earlier. Since he died on his way to Ice Rods, he's going to say hi to the man under the bridge.
And we saw a Mimic walking on water, a Beamos guarding 5 rupees on Lake Hylia Island. And we'll get a look at the back of Escape. We did not see, I don't believe we saw the key or the map in the front of Escape.
We can double check here. I don't believe we saw the map, and we definitely did not see the key, so we'll definitely go and get 2 items here.
One of them could be in Dark Cross. Okay, so we know the map is in Dark Cross.
Yep.
Between the 2 runners. However, the 2 runners have no idea yet. Goomba going up to Zora. Doesn't come close to Zora money, but, maybe he's going to luck out and find 300 on the ledge or here in Waterfall Cave.
Baba's about to get his hammer.
And I'm sure Baba is going to feel really good about getting that hammer and getting nice early Dark World access, not knowing that that mirror makes Dark World access a lot more convenient, taking care of your checks to full clear everything. Or even just as a nice safety item here in Randomizer. You know, if you're in the Dark World and you see an awful enemy layout, you can go and mirror quickly. You get the iframes from the mirror transition to go past whatever you need to do.
Alright, looks like Goomba's now going to do the Eastern Palace play. We'll get Dark World access. We'll see what Goomba decides to do. Once getting the hammer, Goomba could actually sneak over into Pod and check out that dungeon. The dark rooms are going to be scary. These runners are still at 4 hearts, so...
Yeah, and Goomba doesn't have that blue mail yet. Playing as the pink Link sprite.
Pink's the real man's color.
And is Houston playing as Ryu? And yeah, Goomba's gonna save and quit after that glove. He knows he's got Dark World access.
So we'll see if he goes straight to Hype Cave or goes over to... It's going to be Hype Cave.
Only 20 bucks in Ice Rod Cave, so Goomba's not missing out anything from that. But we will find out where our other 2 pendants are in just one short moment here. As Goomba transitions into the Dark World. Bob is going to follow on his heels.
Mire and Ice Palace.
Okay, you know, Mire and Ice Palace aren't bad for pendant dungeons. Thieves Town, though, is an awful pendant dungeon. It's a little bit better in Randomizer because you don't need to do the rescue. You can do the front and then run straight to the back to get whatever enemy is back there.
But it being Green Pendant will give our runners 1 extra item, though. There's our bombos. There's 2 heart containers and a piece of heart for a 3rd heart container.
That's pretty nice.
Love out 10. Lots of love out 10.
Yep. Medallions are really fantastic in Randomizer. I love using medallions even in regular seeds. Bombos is great because it'll burn everything. If you have red berries, they'll kill the berries without having them split into 2. But it's a little bit slow sometimes.
Stumpy gives $5 for saying hi to him.
We're getting a nice early Agina check. Even though Baba has Dark World access, is choosing to go and get this off the map.
I've seen many races lose because something was in this one-off. Goomba does have glove.
Yep, he was the first one to get it from Sahasra's closet.
No, Baba got it first. Goomba got hammer.
Oh, right. Sorry, Baba got the glove, yes. All right, Baba gonna go make their way into the Dark World, get that nice oh, no, it's gonna turn in the mushroom.
Yep, we found out that wasn't anything. Goomba's going to actually double check what's in race game because you gotta remember both runners died to the chicken hut. Only an Randomizer can I say that line.
The chicken hut is legitimate scary. You've got 4 enemies that can be randomized to pretty much anything in the game. Oh, and we get our other boomerang. The better boomerang, apparently. And in this case, it was 3 of the fast red guards. And 1 vanilla Kuko.
Ooh, Baba's safe scumming the mushroom just to keep the mushroom for some fake powder plays.
Yeah, so Baba will be hoping for a Cane of Samaria early for that, or maybe for a lot of other reasons. Cane of Samaria is one of the most versatile items in the game. Alright, now that Goomba is fully decked out, gonna go and take care of this awful chicken hut. Nice triple stun.
We still haven't seen our stun prize.
What would be really great is if it's hearts or fairies.
Oh, definitely. Oh no! They woke
That's
up
okay.
and they were angry.
So angry.
They were like, how did a boomerang freeze us in place? Makes no sense.
Why was I standing on top of my guard brothers?
So what did eat the last burrito in the kitchen?
Alright, Baba coming into the Zora area, he does have the 500 rupees for Zora, so we'll see what that item is. It's not too orphan for Goomba, because he'll do catfish eventually. He's got that mirror from Zelda's cell, so it won't be too hard for him to go back to Zora if it is something important.
Goomba without Fire Rod is going to try and dip Skull Woods. I wonder if this is mostly so he can take a death and just have full health while still in Dark World.
That's not a bad plan. And there's also a good chance that both of the items are here at the front. But not there, only a key.
So we're going to take the key to the left and see it mostly vanilla. By mostly vanilla, I mean one get the guard in the chest.
Oh, there's an invincibility item. Cane of Burna from Zora. Not necessarily required for anything, but it's a really nice item to have for Randomizer. And oh gosh, this room. This pinball room has gotten much worse with moving spikes and top of the bumpers and the stationary spikes.
Yep. But there's that death. Go and get a nice heart refill. Nothing found in the front aside from the big key. We'll see if Goomba's going to go ahead and bomb jump for that big key.
The one thing that Cane of Burna can do is once we get mountain access, it may give us access to Spike Cave as we have both the glove and the hammer. We are a lamp or a flute away from that, however.
Well, we are going to go into what I like to call Skullwoods 2, because this dungeon is split into 3 separate sides. There's only one item though, and it's in this nasty room. Nasty room.
Yeah, if you're lucky in Randomizer in this room, you have a bunch of items or a bunch of enemies that you can just stun out of the way, and then the Wall Master, as long as you don't kill any enemy, the Wall Master will not spawn. But as soon as you kill one, then the Wall Master decides, hey, front door, going up. And we get no items in the front of Skullwoods.
Both items are fire rod locked. That always feels so bad whenever you do that. Like you run through Skullwoods, hoping for one of the 2 items to be in the front, and you just find nothing.
So it's funny that you called that Skullwoods 2. Coming up in 2 weeks in the league is actually Cross Keys, and Skullwoods 2 is the common notation for that entrance and room. But we'll talk more about Cross Keys on the Cross Keys week.
There's also a 10% chance we can talk about Cross Keys in Mystery Week next week.
That's very true. And that's a squished mini Moldorm outside of Pod there.
Have you ever seen, oh, there's the fire rod, hey! We could go back to Skullwoods 3 now.
We could, but we don't have a sword.
Oh, that's true. But we know
so we could get one of the items.
I was really making Austin's power joke with that mini Moldorm going back and forth in that tiny corridor.
The 327-point turn there.
Anyway,
Goomba's yeah.
So
we're not bow locked.
Well,
because in Palace of Darkness we're never bow locked in Randomizer until we're at the very back.
We find our ether in the brewery.
That's my preferred medallion for Randomizer. Ether will kill or freeze most enemies, and then when you freeze them, you can throw them into each other, and it actually acts much quicker than bombos. So it's efficient and energetic.
Ooh, first chest of Thief's Son is that big key. That would have been fantastic if you were trying to go mode this dungeon, but this is Pendant. We'll see what our runners decide to do this time around. There's Arcana Burna. That is required item, so required Pendant dungeon here.
Samaria.
Smara, sorry. I've been sick. I've been sick.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's cool. It's all cool. Samaria is a really great item because, again, you can damage with the blocks or the beams, and obviously we'll need it for Turtle Rock. It can also be used for a time save in Swamp Palace. We'll see if that comes relevant later in this seed.
Well, we're not going to be looking for medallion this season because we found all three.
Baba taking a rough death, a death to a rough room here in Pod. Pod has a lot. This thieves tab lag. Lionels. Come on, Dragon Punch! Dragon Punch!
Oh, we get Cold Stare as the boss.
Wait,
but we have no magic.
Oh, not enough magic. Oh, that feels bad. Luckily, that's a really easy boss to get back to.
Oh, those bars though. Randomizer is being quite rude right now.
Really is. And hello to the 78 Raiders from SpeedGaming 5. Welcome to this Misery Mire division matchup between the last locationers represented by Goomba and Missing Bow represented by Houston Baba. This is the second of the two matches that these teams will play this week. The first match was won by last locationers by Lin over Marty. Lin being our tracker today, so cheering on Goomba from the broadcast booth.
Don't forget to give Lin yeah, I don't know, a follow as well.
Yeah.
Oh hey, lovely big heart container in Graveyard Ledge.
Oh, nice hammer yump from Baba, even though that red guard was determined to spear him off. And he's going into this dark room. This is terrifying.
Oh hey, we've had enough of those red guards this seed.
Hello, I believe those are those the bogoblins, and the pig ones are the moblins.
I'm not quite sure. I did not pick up the the enemy list, but we do have our first bottle though in Dark Maze. It is blue goo. Houston Baba may decide to drink some of that right now.
It makes it to the door. Oh, and look what was farther up that bridge. What are those awful big spikes? Bombos them. Yeah. Oh gosh, Baba's brave. I would be bombosing that all day long, but really quick on the fly with that red boomer. Oh, of course, we don't have a sword yet.
Oh, that hurt. That actually hurt my gut. Oh, the Sunrise was a full magic. I didn't want to say anything earlier. I was like, man, what if Sunrise was full magic? All you would have had to do is just go back into Thieves Town and just...
Alright.
I believe that was the map.
And there's a compass. I was picking up a little bit extra cash, I'm sure, for eventual potions.
And because no mirror is going to take a death, is going to go see what the boss does.
Yep, that's fully available with our bow. Although again, those dark rooms really terrifying, especially the one that has the terrapins. Okay, Lionels, please play nice, please. Oh, and that one of those dark items was a sword, so that's really nice. So depending on how Baba routes Village of Outcasts and Skullwoods, may get that fire rod early and incentivize going into the back of Skullwoods for both of those items.
Ooh, Mudman and this kill room here. Those are not fun to deal with.
You mean the Jazz Hands guy.
Jazz Hands guy?
Jazz Hands guys. You never talked to a Gina in the desert?
Nope.
You should do it sometime. Alright, this is the one thing that is actually bow-locked in Randomizer, is this Igor statue while Goomba's having fun navigating these Lionels and shooters. Doing a pretty good dance, avoiding all the laser beams. And yep, seeing the sword beam, that is definitely a swingy.
I thought swords showed up in dark rooms. I know maps don't and big keys don't.
It's a little inconsistent, and it depends on the palette, and since palettes can get a little bit wonky in Randomizer.
Ooh, Bombos did kill everything, so that's lucky.
That's very nice. Alright, just gonna make it through this bridge. Have no idea what's on here. Alright, looks like we got rats. So that's not too bad.
Oh yeah. Dark rooms are being super nice to our runners today. For
Indeed.
Armos!
Alright, we've got a Dark World displaced boss here. Baba's setting up for the quick kill.
A fun fact about these boss rooms with spikes. If you swing the Armos into the spikes, you can have them take gold sword damage.
Yep. Spikes always do gold sword damage to enemies, which is why we always talk about how Mothula is immune to gold sword damage normally.
Oh, and it's stuck inside that little square of spikes. No!
Oh!
Oh!
Boomerang. Armos is the only boss that can be killed by either the red or blue boomerang. And you know what? When worse comes to worse, it works, and that's first crystal for Baba at 3153.
So it takes the crystal lead here. No Mir can't go hang out in Eastern Palace.
Alright, Goomba does have the fire rod, so we'll get a confirmation of that sword here. He can hit the torch. There we go. Oh yeah, the very kind dark room. There it is.
The mimic in the dark.
Just kind of dancing along. It's all good. Getting jiggy with the pink link sprite. Baba's gonna go and turn in that bottle. See if Sick Kid's got anything for us today.
Just a little piece of love.
That's alright. And yeah, Goomba finding out now that, yeah, Stun Prize is full magic. And could have used that in Thieves Town to go and take care of the cold stare.
Now, especially in seeds where you get super early boomerangs or hook shots, it's always nice to know what that is. Especially in Randomizer when you just find out, oh yeah, some prize that, let me just bombos every screen real fast.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay.
Takes the death to refill. Let's see if he goes and say hi to the Armos, and looks like he will.
Yeah, and Baba is going to go check Village of Outcasts first. He doesn't know it, but this is going to be really good. We'll get a fire rod from C-shaped house. And we know that both items in Skullwoods are in the back.
And it's always a good thing, like when you go to Skull Woods with the fire rod, just go straight to the back and when you work your way forward.
Yeah, and I imagine Baba will do that. We'll get to save a little bit of time, not having to check all the stuff in the front. You may check, that the Skullwoods 2 chest, because that tends to be common routing. You're going past there anyway. And if you can get an extra key, then it makes routing the back a little bit nicer too, because you don't need to worry about killing that Gibdo. Gets his Ether medallion as well. Ether can be really useful in even vanilla Skullwoods, because Ether outright kills both Gibdos and Stalfos. It freezes most other enemies though, however, so you would need some other weapon. And so yeah, even though this is advantageous for Baba, he still has not gone to the front of escape for that mirror, and that could very well be a last location mirror for him. Goomba prioritized front of escape early. We will need that mirror for Swamp Palace, and potentially something else that's mirror locked.
Yeah, no, definitely these runs are not over until, the dot done happens. We've seen so much craziness happen in Randomizer. Have these runners practice Helmerstar King on Moldorm 2. That's something that's happened a few times now.
Yeah, and it's a real nasty boss fight there.
Yeah, no, that's a fight that basically requires you to use bombs. So, yeah. There's still a lot of race left in this seed. We're still looking for potentially Ice Rod, where you need to find the hookshot. We need to find the mitts, possibly the boots, and the flute can stay where it's at. It'd be nice to have.
Yep. And Baba coming in here with a full magic bar. Both Cold Stare, with both Bombos and Fire Rod, be able to take care of Cold Stare. Goomba did see this, but did not have enough magic to cast Bombos at that time.
Did not have a sword either.
That's true.
But this is where the dangerous part is. Those ice cubes will do, I believe, 2 damage at Blue Mail. And if you run into Cold Stare itself, that will basically kill him outright right now. And
ooh. We have not seen the back of Thieves' Town yet, because we saw 2 items at the front. And he's saying, no, Green Pennant, Thieves' Town, not worth it. I got a Crystal Skull Woods, I can potentially full clear. Argus could be at the back of Skull Woods, locking an item. Trinex could not.
Yeah, some bosses definitely have some areas where they can't be just because of size limitations. The Skull Woods would be disgusting. One of the other races earlier today had Armo Skull Woods. That was just
Baba's not going to the back. He's going to go clear the front first. So this is the same play that Goomba made, although he didn't have the ability to go to the back. So no time game for Baba here.
Yeah, and we also did not see what the boss was. If Goomba decides to go to the boss, and it's something that we can handle. We can handle most things right now other than Argus and Trinex. That would give Goomba the second crystal.
Although, oof. Yeah, I mean, Baba had to take a death warp here anyway, does not have that mirror. But that pinball room is just awful. And Goomba attempting this dark room without using his fire rod might be thinking that there is a cold stare also here in the back of Eastern and wants to save a full magic bar if possible.
No, he's in the big key.
Oh, right. He's on the way to the big key chest. We'll see if he uses though the fire rod. I imagine he'll use a fire rod in the other room. The second dark room of Eastern, where you have to get the big key.
He does have a blue potion. He grabbed the blue potion Dark Maze of Pod, so he could use fire rods freely, and if it is the second Cold Stare, if Cold Stare is one of the duplicating bosses, but one, he'll have bombos in, he'll have all the fire rod shots he kind of wants.
Fair, yeah.
I do like this grabbing of the arrows, just in case it's a Armos fight. You know, vanilla Armos is still a thing as well. Arrows will also be great against Vitri. Oh my goodness, this room looks horrible already.
Yeah. All right, come on, just cast ether. Just. Oh no! I can't believe he tracked which Popo had the key and managed to kill it. That was impressive. I completely lost track, like half a second into the room.
Oh, that Spike is in the middle of that room. First time in Skullwoods is the heart container.
And yeah, Baba just gonna take another death warp. Goomba's saying, I don't want to look for these little guys, I am just ethering. And same in this room. Oh, no, is gonna take care of them all. With a sword.
Alright, boss of Eastern is going to be Moldorm with 8 eyes.
Oh, it's just a swiggly, wiggly, 8-eyed, one-tailed, slithering, link bonking Moldorm. Me?
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so Goomba takes a lead there, 2 crystals to 1. We'll find out what Mothra is being replaced with. And as Hoos and Baba... Oh, go ahead.
It's back not being too bad.
Oh, hey! Mothra got replaced with Mothula.
Ugh, vanilla Mothula fight. Fighter sword. Got the hammer to do tempered strats. And yeah, Baba's gonna pull that out right now.
Alright, no magic though. No potion.
Come on, Mothula, get off the top, please. Please come down.
Well, doing some pause strats.
And it looks like Goomba's gonna go and... Oof! Oh, that hurts. But yeah, Goomba's gonna go ahead and break Death Mountain and check Lumberjack.
Oh no, the thief hiding in the bush. Baba, I don't think you have enough magic for this, my dude.
Yeah, gotta go and make the circuit around the room to get the other magic pots, and the anti-fairy determined to go and just steal it all.
Ooh, that double hit there. Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna death warp. Get a refill of health. Hopefully Baba realizes that the stun prize is still full magic.
I don't think Baba did the stun prize. It's only been Goomba that's done stun prizes.
Although, are there any stunnable enemies here? Maybe in the torch room there's a stunnable enemy?
I mean, he
Alright.
could send the roper, but
Yep,
he
the
doesn't
roper will
know.
work.
Yep, but he doesn't know. Old man gives out $5, and we have we have all of Death Mountain to explore now.
Absolutely. With that mirror and hammer, we could also clear Tower of Hera.
Oh no!
Oh, you missed a torch. Missed a torch. Oh, just made it in time.
The boots! Oh! Breaking
Ooh.
Death Mountain will reward Goomba with the boots.
No, you can't stun Stalfos, unfortunately. Stun Gibdos, though.
Alright, try to against Moth, and we'll probably see ourselves a Hera play.
Alright, round 2 against Moth.
Got 2 hits in, a couple more hits, and we'll be good here.
Just a compass in the basement of Hera. Goomba would love to see the big key in this chest, but we're not so lucky. To the basement. I mean, Hera is a crystal, and there are 2 items in there, and we're running low on locations. I believe we've got Pyramid and Catfish left.
Give or take, yeah. Yeah, so...
And I guess we could go into Swamp Palace.
Well, Goomba can.
Goomba
Baba
could.
can't. Yeah.
Pyramid Fairy is not open because Tower of Hera is out of logic. We do not have logical access to the mountain. And Skullwoods did give us our 2 items. The heart container was nice, but neither of them were the answer.
The boss of Eastern Palace is in logic with the fire rod.
Yeah, and we got
no,
the big key early.
Yeah, the big key
was
was
the big
actually,
key.
Big key was
Oh,
vanilla,
the big key was
so.
vanilla. Okay. All right, on to Paradox. Let's take a look here. 7 items up for grabs. Goomba would really love to see Titan's Mitts right here.
I think Goomba's also wanting the hook shot, so the possible Hera pot.
Yep, Hera pot, and also to, full clear Swamp Palace. That's an option.
Goomba also has not gone to Zora and a few other checks that Baba has done, so Goomba may take that time to do that. Baba is going to say hi to Coldstare again.
We'll finally get a chance to see if there is something useful on Cold Stare or if the other items are in the back of Thieves Town.
Now, don't forget, Coldstare is our green pendant today, so this will result in an item regardless.
Okay, Goomba going back to Hera. We'll take care of the basement. Get that big key. Baba doing a little bit of calculus in his head beforehand, deciding, okay, what order do I want to be doing things in? Just a little bit late on the puffs.
Now, there is a potion shop in Thieves Town for red potions. I mean, it's Randomizer. I would not blame anyone for grabbing the red potion, you know?
Oh, no, for sure. That's the one behind the hammer pegs, right?
Yep. And round 2 ends with another Baba death.
Oh, that's rough. His round one actually went really well. He got down to the last puff and just accidentally ran into it. And he's like, nope, no thanks.
So we get the big key in Hera. Now it's time to climb Hera.
And we'll get to see what's here at the top of the tower. We got 2 items and a mystery boss.
Now we haven't seen any duplicates yet, so there's still a possibility we have now a mold orm. We can also have... Can Armos be up here? I think Armos can.
Armos cannot be in this room.
Okay. For some reason I thought they could because they're technically like on the super layer and not actually in the room.
Alright, going for the big chest first. Just a map. So if we did have hookshot, could have paid off. Second item is going to be on the boss.
It's Helmsar, alright.
Okay.
Watch out for those flowing legs.
Yep.
Oh, bomb strats. Okay.
Yeah, why not? Helmsaur in this room likes to hang out right over the hole. He's very generous that way. He knows that, you know, I'm just going to protect this hole. You know, I know you don't want to fall into it. But this is a great move from Baba going into escape. We'll get his mirror from Zelda Cell and have to see if he decides to go into Swamp Palace.
And that's a Helmsar King down.
All right, crystal number 3 for Goomba. What you got, Helmsaur?
$300.
Okay, better than a kick in the teeth. Potion money.
So they're looking for the mitts, though.
So we're down to Swamp, Catfish, and Pyramid. And Goomba can check Pyramid Fairy out of logic. We also know, you know, whatever happens to be on, you know, the back of Thieves Town or on that green pendant. That's also available. But I don't blame Goomba for gonna go turn in Pyramid Fairy, probably check Pyramid Catfish along the way. Then we'll see where he decides to go.
Now, what I'll be interested in, if we see Lamp on Pyramid, that will instantly put everything we've done back into logic, and the mitts could actually be in Pyramid Fairy.
That's very true. Nice refill of bombs while grabbing the big bomb. Oh, hammer hitbox, please. And Baba gets his mirror. Is walking out. I think this is probably going to be walking down to take care of Swamp. What do you think, Kachiri?
That could possibly be a thing, but I'm confused with why he doesn't save quit.
I think with the delay for save quit, it's a bit slower, but he's walking over this way. Oh, he's going to go and take care of Eastern.
All right, that works too. And we get the mirror shield in Pyramid Fairy.
Womp womp. And there wasn't anything of note on the pyramid.
It was Harkatan, which I'm surprised is being ignored right now. We're still on green mail, but Goomba probably feels like has enough health now.
Must be. And welcome, Raiders from SpeedGaming 4. Goomba, you're not going to check Catfish? And then mirror to Zora? He's gonna
He hasn't done Ice Rock Cave yet.
Okay. That's fair. Ice Rock Cave, then head back down. Uses Mirror Portal. Saw this earlier from Baba, only 20 rupees. Baba now, with that fire rod, had already cleared out the dark rooms earlier. The first dark room will be going to the second dark room. See how he manages with all those popos all in a pile.
That fire bar and the bomb flaming.
And the sparks.
Yeah, just pain. All the pain.
Okay, here we go. Goomba heading to Catfish, then we'll mirror for Zora. He's already turned in his mushroom for his garbage. Houston had also turned in his mushroom, but save scummed it, so fake powder is an option for Baba. Still on Fighter's Sword. But I am sure both of these runners would much prefer to see Hookshot or Titan's Mitts than another sword right now, because another sword doesn't give us any progression. We will need another sword at some point before the end of the game, but not a high priority.
So I do believe with what we're seeing now is we're going to have a either dip for the rest of Thieves Town, Green Pendant, or a dip into Swamp Palace to find the rest of the progression.
That's a really difficult choice. Knowing that you've got Fighter's Sword Cold Stare in Thieves Town, and the back of Thieves Town can be really nasty in Randomizer, I'm kind of tempted to go for the Swamp play. We do have Spike Cave too. I completely forgot about that. We got that Cane of Burna quite early from... Oh no, we still don't have Logical Mountain access. Never mind me.
Yep.
Never mind me.
Talking about logic, we have a handful of checks in Swamp Palace. We have 2 more items in Thieves Town plus the Green Pendant. And that's it. Yeah.
Goomba still has the back of Skullwoods. We know that's not going to be his progression, though.
We also did...
Oh, and
yeah. Forgot about these.
Out of logic, but that's okay if, you know, it's the lamp or the flute. Hey, a sword!
That'll make the cold server fight a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
Looks like Goomba's going to go ahead and possibly finish off Skull Woods.
And Baba's going to break the mountain as well. We'll get his boots off of Spectacle Rock, and I imagine clear Hera as well.
Yeah, so we're about 5 minutes from both these runners just tying each other back up.
So we've got a chance, because I imagine Goomba's going to go do Skull Woods before Thieves Town. Let's talk a little bit where we are. The numbers next to their names indicate the points in their division. As we said before, this is the Misery Mire division. You get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, 0 for a loss. Right now, the last locationers are 3-2, as they went 1-1 in the first open week, and they went 0-2 in the Ambrosia week. Oh, sorry, no. They went 0-2 in the open week, and 1-1 in the Ambrosia week. I'm sorry, my notes were mislabeled.
Wait. Let's ask Lin, our tracker. How have you guys been doing this? 1-1 and 1-1. Okay. So right now they're 3-2 because Lin did have a victory this week. They're tied for third. Winning this will have them potentially tied for at least second place with Magic Lamp Oil. Error 216 still has yet to race this week against Team Challenge. They're currently rocking the undefeated record, though. But Missing Bow is tied for last. They're hoping to get this win here and break into the upper part of the bottom of the standings.
Absolutely. Goomba has raced one other time in the league and won his race in the open week over Freddy of the Sexy Gannons. This is Houston Balba's first race of the tournament. He is well known in the German community and raced in the German tournament. Goomba about to see his vanilla moth.
This is for crystal number 4, by the way.
Yeah, slowly but surely racking them up.
Moth is not being kind at all.
Please, just come down. It's like I'm begging with my cat. Please come down off of the rafters.
Did you name your cat Mothula?
I should name my cat Mothula. She can be quite annoying sometimes. She doesn't spit fire bars though, and she's not immune to butter. She will lick butter up. Anyway,
Okay.
Goomba getting the bad news that nothing in Skullwoods was worth it. And is very likely going back to Thieves Town to take on Cold Stare with a full magic bar this time.
Now, Goomba knows his locations are getting quite slim right now. What are the chances he decides to do the back of Thieves Town just to look for the rest of the items? As Baba takes the nasty fall all the way back down to the second floor.
Oh, that's an awful feel right there. All right. We'll see what Goomba decides to do. I think that, running straight to the boss is so nice and quick in Randomizer. Or if, you've done this before and blinds in the room, that it's worth it just to run to the back first. And it doesn't take that much more time to re-enter and go to the back if you're still looking for another item. Because... Cold Stare could be dropping the compass here. We do also have the small key from the back. I think if Cold Stare drops the compass, then yeah, you go back in. Otherwise, you just go turn in the green pendant and then go to Swamp.
Alright, gotta be very careful now on Goomba's side. He's down to one last puff. Almost gets hit with the ice cube, but gets the kill. We'll find out what Cold Stare has. Cold Stare has the compass, you called it.
And there is our green pendant. Who likes Pendant Thieves Town? Nobody raises their hand.
And he's going back in for the other 2 items.
Yeah, this is the right call. Nobody, as much as nobody likes Pendant Thieves Town, nobody likes Hookshotless Swamp either. Possibly more people like Hookshotless Swamp than Pendant Thieves Town.
So Baba's getting all the lag right now against Helmstar King. One more arrow, I think, will do the trick.
Be careful, Baba.
There we go.
Whew. All right. That will be... We are tied up on crystals now.
Oh, this room is just nasty.
I've never seen a nice version of this room at Randomizer. It is guaranteed to have one of those giant spike traps, or at least one roller. What is that skull trap doing in the wall there?
Ooh. Okay, there we go. Oh, we find our ice rod. That could be very important. We're now a hook shot away from being able to kill any boss.
Absolutely.
Also possibly a hook shot away from go mode, but, you know, same difference.
Well, and Titan's Mitts.
Oh, Titan's Mitts. Sorry, we're an hour to the seed with no Titan's Mitts. I kind of forgot about that bit.
And yes, our tracker Lin pointed out we would also need desert access in the form of the book or the flute.
Okay, well, maybe I don't know how to do my job then, okay? Let's see how it is.
That's okay. I mean, I didn't catch it either. So big ups to Lin, being the tracker, keeping our heads on straight.
Lin is pretty awesome. Give that person a follow. Give that person all the loves.
And getting the key of the main chest. We have to get that last item from the big chest. Powder.
Yeah, we got powder. We're going to say hi to the magic bat here soon. Also, we have not plugged these runners yet. They're putting on a very great show for you guys right now.
Absolutely. Please give both of them a follow. You know, go watch all their practices. Watch them as, you know, they comment their own races. Decide, you know, it's like, what's a good idea? What isn't a good idea? It's free. It helps the runners out. Gives you entertainment. Just go for it.
Alright, so Magic Bad's going to give us a curse, and today's curse is the curse of seeing things. Alright, so you have to go all the way to the back of Thieves Town to get everything we have down to Logic, and now the only thing we have left now is Swamp Palace. Oh! Spike Cave 2.
Yes, Spike Cave is now in Logic. And Baba, if he goes and, you know, chucks a magic bat with that Save Scum mushroom, could avoid the dip into Thieves Town. So those boots are now in Logic. Yeah. So with those boots, the one last check on this northern Dark World. And Baba is just going to go back to Spike Cave right now. So if this is progression, this could give Baba a great advantage.
There's our mitts! That now opens up Dark Death Mountain.
Yep, opens up Dark Death Mountain. We've got our desert access if we find the flute. Opens up Smith Chain. We could go Independent Ice. Gross. Actually, it's not. If you know Icebreaker, Pendant Ice is no longer a huge gamble. Spike Cave was not the call. Only 20 rupees.
I wonder if Goomba is going to check Spike Cave before going all the way up, or is going to save Spike Cave for after doing all the other checks.
I think probably save it for after. Could potentially clear Turtle Rock at this point. They got five items in Turtle Rock as well as Mimic Cave. And when you finish, you end up right back on Dark Death Mountain and can just run over to Spike Cave if you still don't have your hook shot or desert access. But maybe we're really lucky and they're both just right in Hookshot Cave or Super Bunny. Seed will be nice and do that, right?
I mean, can't tell you how many times I've seen Hookshot in Hookshot Cave.
Absolutely. Got that one boggable chest accessible in Advanced Logic.
Quake is needed to open up TR. We're going to go ahead and open up TR. Probably not going in right now.
Nah, you want to check those other 6 items quick. Well, 3 items in logic. Unless we find that hook shot. And then Goomba's teammate is saying that Goomba's gonna try to hover the hookshot cave. A little more hazardous than Randomizer. I'll tell you what, there's a Beamos that loves to spawn on hookshot cave.
$40 cave right there.
Okay, Baba Mirroring, I think he is gonna go do his fake powder. Draining his magic with the fire rod.
Alright, first chest is bombs. And now it's time to hover.
This is actually a pretty polite hookshot cave. There's no enemies that are gonna go and try to snipe you off. Okay, only one attempt, and yeah, Goomba's gonna go head into Turtle Rock. Baba's about to get his lamp. And so if he avoids the back of Thieves' Town, this will be a nice time save.
But of course, you know, the powder is super useful. Anti-fairies can spawn everywhere, and if you're quite low, it's nice to get a refill off of one of them.
Hoping for a big key over on the fire rod lock side of this front of Turtle Rock. Just to make routing a little more efficient, although we're not in go mode, so we probably won't be skipping any chests here.
Gotta take the long way around this room. Contemplate your life and whatever choices you have left in the seed.
Bop will be able to combine Graveyard Ledge and will get his Titan's Mitts from King's Tomb quite quickly. We have not looked at Desert Palace yet. We don't have any access to it, and the Ice Rod was also in the Attic 2000. Okay, there's our desert access.
We are now hookshot away from go mode.
And there is no reason that hookshot can't be back here in Turtle Rock. And there's the Titan's Mitts for Baba. Let's see where he decides to take them.
You have to assume he's going to make the same play. He's down to the same amount of checks Goomba was in, aside from doing the rest of Thieves' Town.
He still has Catfish and Pyramid to do. So he's going to go and check those real quick. There's normally a bevy of anti-fairies here, but luckily we get one. And only have to kill a Ropa for a key. That's much better. And Goomba's stealing the key.
That I am not a fan of that play.
Yeah, that's questionable here. We're still looking for the hook shot, and there's a comment in chat that Baba needs to go back to Thieves' Town to get the ice rod. Theoretically, we may not need to. Trinex only has to appear once, and depending on where our hookshot is, we may not see the boss of Ice Palace or Misery Mire, and Trinex could be in either of those places.
Of course, Trinex can also be in Ice Armor's location or the desert location inside the tower.
Can also be a vanilla Trinex here in Turtle Rock. That'd be boring, though. This Mimic Cave is off the rails. Because the rail's missing. Just get it? Am I making you sick? Anyway. Oh, Goomba doesn't have the big key. Oh, yes, he does. I'm dumb. Bala is going to go and do Pyramid Fairy, something that we saw earlier. And yeah, Goomba is going to go back to check that big key location. I think he realized just at the last moment that, you know what, I probably shouldn't be skipping this chest. I think finding that small key in the big chest confirmed that, yeah, this probably isn't a key for a key. It's a key for a compass. That's much better. Not really. Only a B from our Pyramid Fairy, and Baba also gets their mirror shield. I don't even know what the enemy of that room turned into. This, I would say, is the one dark room in Randomizer that it really doesn't matter if you have the lamp or not, because you're just going to get these rollers or chain chomps, and you'd be much better off with some kind of invincibility item. Hook shot is the best. Baba was trying to go over to East Death Mountain, realized he doesn't have the hook shot and has to use that mirror location regardless, and that's a very rude spike. A question for chat: no, nobody has gone to Desert Palace yet because our only Desert Palace access is the flute, which is here in Turtle Rock. And nothing of value on Laser Bridge. Goomba just gonna manipulate that mimic out of the way. Got a nice heart refill. Out of our way, Spike. We got a boss to take care of. Alright, chat. What's your guesses for who's gonna be the boss of Turtle Rock this seed? We got a guess for Argus. That would be awful. Got an Armos. We've seen one Armos this seed. Maybe a Vidi. A couple for Trinex. And it is Lanmo. Very nice one cycle Lanmo from Goomba. And we get the piece of heart. I'm still banking right here on Hookshot being in Vanilla Swamp Palace. But we've got access to the Mire area now, so Goomba's gonna go... looks like they're gonna go over to Spike Cave right now, get disappointed. And then end up probably saving Quitting to Sanctuary to activate that flute. And yeah, Baba tried to open up Turtle Rock, had no magic. Luckily, there's a full magic refill here in Super Bunny Cave. So our hook shot here. We could have hook shot in Desert, hook shot in the Mire area, Swamp Palace, Green Pendant, or in Ice Palace. You get somebody calling for hookshot and mire. Yeah, you know what? We got the boots. We've got our logical access here. Goomba's gonna go and check that shovel that we got in pod. It's not gonna be anything. There has not been a ped check. Our hookshot could very well be on pedestal. And I wouldn't say we've had Ice Palace access for a while. We got Ice Palace access as soon as we got the Titan's Mitts from King's Tomb, and the runners chose to just go straight up Death Mountain. It is possible for Ice Palace to not be hookshot locked. And yeah, you do not need the book to pull pedestal, you only need the book to check pedestal. The only items you need the book to retrieve are the items off of the 2 tablets. Alright, Goomba, where are you gonna go? I imagine this is gonna be a flute to 6. You've got all 3 medallions, so it doesn't matter what the entry requirements for a mire is, but Goomba's gonna go and look in here while Baba gets their flute. Nice second bottle full of green goo. Oh, chat, calling for book on pad. You would, wouldn't you? You would.
That would be a paradox, wouldn't it?
It sure would. Unlike 2 activated flutes, which is a paradox.
I'm just gonna go back silent now.
Technically, no matter what the key layout is in Desert, Desert was boots locked because we didn't have access to Desert without the Titan's Mitts, which was boots locked.
Now, we get done with Desert here. Do you go ahead and go straight into Swamp hoping for Vanilla Hook?
That's what my call would be. Like, I mean, you check checkerboard first. And then I think, yeah, you go inside Swamp Palace.
Now, Mire's here as well. You know, we can dip it. You know, it's not that hard of a dip if we find 2 items before Vitreous.
That's the thing, though, is that Mire takes a while to dip because you've got 3 huge rooms in the entryway, Mire 2, and the arena before you can even open a chest. So it's a pretty big time commitment. And again, Mire 2 and Randomizer is a huge time sink because, I mean, even for inexperienced runners, when they're doing the regular vanilla Mire 2, it usually takes, 3 or 4 cycles of the Wizrobes to be able to get everything. That Beamos is shooting at you.
Nice thing about those Hinoxes is they just take 1 bomb to kill.
Yep. And if they're in a room full of enemies, their bombs will damage other enemies, but not themselves.
Oh, we haven't had a duplicate boss yet, have we?
We have not yet.
So this could possibly be our first duplicate here. We've seen half the boss rooms. And it's our Trinex! Ice Rod is required this seed.
Okay, so Baba will have to go up to Thieves' Town, at least to the attic, to get that ice rod. Nice use of hammer strats to make the most of his remaining magic here.
Be careful on health, though. Blue Male still running into this middle portion of Trinex still does a lot of damage.
And this is a much smaller room than normal.
There we
Oof.
go. That's... Oof.
He does have a blue potion in his inventory. And there is an item here on Trinex. And, oh, Baba takes a death in that dark maze to the roller. That's rough. In terms of other overworld checks, we have the Smith chain. And that's it. We don't have access to the tablets. We've checked all our other fetch quests. So after Desert, it's, you know, Pendant
Ice.
or Pendant Mire.
Pendant Ice, or a dip into Swamp, hoping for the hook shot.
Yeah. Or turning in that green pendant.
So I'm surprised neither of our runners have done yet.
It really hasn't been convenient, because they both cleared Eastern and Pod before getting that green pendant. Although now that they've got Flute, I imagine it'll be a nice quick check for them. Because so that might be what Goomba decides to do.
Round 2 against Trinex. More health this time. Can take 2 hits, I believe.
Yep. Going for those hammer strats for that temperate sword damage, and very nicely done by Goomba. Redeeming himself.
For the map. So we actually skipped the big chest, though. Goomba decided to go straight to the back. So we're just now looking for the hook shot to get the last crystal.
And yeah, Goomba's just gonna run quickly over into Desert, grab that last item from the big chest, hoping it's the hook shot. Baba trying to manipulate that mimic out of the way. What would your call be, Kachiri?
Honestly, I would check Green Pendant, then go into Swamp.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to check checkerboard here. See if the hook shot's there.
Oh, for sure. You do the easy checks first, now that we have Flute.
I mean, Mire, though, yeah, you know, it's 3 long rooms before we get to the meat of it. Oh, we fire a Temper Sword, though. A Temper Sword might move us into Mire to clear out those rooms. Nope. Get out of there.
Yep, Flute into 5 to go turn in that green pendant. Baba takes care of Lanmo. Gets their 5th crystal. We'll be activating their Flute and following in Goomba's footsteps, very likely.
And we'll get the bad news when he runs into Trinex.
Okay, Sasha just giving us some bombs. So Goomba, where are you heading?
I would give those bombs back. Ooh, Smith chain. Okay, no, this makes sense. Smith chain into so after grabbing the purple chest, we'll be able to take the purple chest to that area, and then boom, you're already in Swamp House.
Yep, that makes sense. Goomba, did Goomba? Yeah, he did, because powder was lamp, so he's already done that part.
Oh, we also have hammer pegs. We got we got mitts decently late, so we still have hammer pegs.
Yep. And Goomba was setting up for the fence dash. I actually don't know exactly how you know if you've gotten the fence dash or not, but it looked like he was dashing along the fence.
Ooh, super nice half magic.
Yeah,
It's
not going to say no to that.
Gonna make getting through Ganon's tower later on easier.
Bombos and ether, every single room right there.
Stun prize, refill your magic.
Alright, what are our smiths crafting today? Is it a little grapply hooky?
Now, there is still a very minute chance that the hookshot could be on Ped. It will require Ice Palace to have a certain key layout to make it not hookshot locked.
It's a pretty free key layout. It pretty much just means that there's no key on the hookshot lock side. So, I mean, there's small key in the first chest, or freezers, or iced tea, as well as the big key. It's fine.
Alright, we're going to turn to the purple chest.
Do we have a spear in our lunchbox?
Oh, we do! Goomba in an hour 30 will be our first runner into Go mode. We'll go straight to the back of Swamp Palace. We'll see what horrors lie there, and then we'll go up Ganon's tower.
We might have a vanilla Argus in Swamp. We have not seen Argus yet.
Neither we haven't. Again, this can also be Trinex.
It could absolutely be another Trident. And Goomba's not going to be checking any other chests along the way. Silvers are nice, but with Tempered Sword, he's fine with that. Tempered Sword, half magic, both the Fire Rod and the Lamp. Absolutely comfortable with that. Bob is making the same decision as Goomba, as going straight to the back. Oh, no. Unless that was an accidental mirror.
He's going to check checkerboard.
We'll see if Goomba shows us some hot strats here in Swamp Palace. In the form of Diver Down.
What is this strange diver down thing you've mentioned before? You
Well,
did mention before. You mentioned the other King of Samara trick. But what is this diver down thing?
Well, this Diver Down thing is a way to clip through a rail in Swamp Palace above water, and it's basically like you're walking underwater, and you can open chests and pick up keys. If you do it on the left side of Swamp, if you've accidentally or on purpose flooded the small key, you can still grab it and save some time without having to reflip that switch. And in the back of Swamp, where you normally have to push that statue on the button, you can just go the other way around. You don't need to push the statue, you don't need to wait to drain the water. Clip through the rail and open those chests right there and walk along the floor. And it looks like he is setting it up. Yeah, it's the iron boots. Sometimes Randomizer in this room, it's quite rude, but yeah, he's just gonna go set himself up on a pixel frame. It looks like he's actually gonna do the bomb setup rather than Samaria straight up. Gets it first try.
Gets another blue goo and the silver arrow.
Oh my god! You could not ask for a better pair of chests to open right there. He's all prepared for Ganon's tower now.
Those are my favorite pair of chests. Not gonna lie. Anyway, Bombo's Mire. Bombo's going to Mire.
Oh, this is rough for Baba. He's not gonna find anything of use in here. Might find red mail and the last sword, but we're not interested in those, and Baba isn't either. All he's looking for is our chained pointy and a little ice rod.
Oh, we got a duplicate. Our first duplicate is Moth. Without spikes, this boss is just a sub-boss.
Yeah, and like that, it's done. It might as well be a regular enemy. Turns out the real boss was Mothula's room all along. And that is our 7th crystal here for Goomba.
And since this isn't past Ganon, that means in order to get to Ganon, we have to go through his tower. There's 20 locations the big key can be found to complete the tower. In chat, once we start the game, make your guess between 1 and 22. Yeah.
You gotta call it a Kuchiri. Where are you feeling? Where are you feeling that big chest? If you were running the seed.
I always say 5, but someone already took 5 before I can put that in. So I guess I'll go 4 this time around.
Yeah, we had a flying number of guesses in chat here. Looks like my regular guess of 15 wasn't taken, so I'm just gonna go and hit that in there. Get some people calling for 22.
Which normally would be Tile Room.
Unless you're feeling really saucy and go for Tile Room early. I don't think Goomba's going to be doing that. I think he probably feels pretty good about his routing this seed.
Well, we are an hour 35 in, so you're hitting this point in time where you're just looking at the SRL like, I 100% the seed. I did, green pendant without needing to, stuff like that. And so you're like, you have to feel behind.
Except that this was Randomizer, and sub 2 hours in Randomizer is a pretty good time.
I don't know, me and Jet had a sub-hour Goomba last night.
Okay, but you were playing Jet, I mean, come on.
Well, I would have been 10 minutes
You did very good.
I did good.
You did very good.
I'm proud of myself.
You should be, but... Alright, steps are descending. If you have any last guesses, get those in real quick, because we're going to close the game.
Oh, I sniped that stuff.
Oh! On my end, it showed I typed it first. But we got a small key.
Sorry.
Yep.
So we're going to go full left here. Honestly, I've always been a fan of full left. I know everyone, likes the Hope Room play, but there's just more items full left.
I like Dark Magician. We'll see if Goomba goes for that. He
Number
finds
2.
a couple of keys in here.
Number 3. 4 is 10 arrows, and number 5 is 20 rupees. We are doing the Dark Magician.
All right. Now, if he mirrors out again, then maybe this might be Pink Magician, depending on what he finds in here.
6 and 7. Nothing. We have a key ring of small keys, though.
Yeah, pretty much. Even if Goomba accidentally opened that middle door here and used his keys incredibly sillily, he'd probably have more than enough to climb the tower. This is almost a vanilla Torches room. There was just one extra Ropa instead of the Bari down there.
On Baba's side, we do see a heart container.
I mean, it's nice to get an early item in Meyer. He'd hope for that
He's
second.
done everything but cutscene chest.
Well, early by, before cutscene chest and the boss.
Oh, we find ourselves the magic cape. That's going to be useful coming into the Ganon fight.
Yep, exactly. There is some nice cape strats you can do to avoid the fireball damage in Phase 2. Going back left again. Into the vanilla map room.
Oh, we found both single rupees in this dungeon.
Pair a penny for your thoughts. That's not even a pun, it's just a reference.
You said parapenny for your thoughts, and then it made me think of paradox.
Well, that's on you. I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh, look at that army of little mini Helmas. That's adorable and also terrifying.
Go into the randomizer room.
Why is it called the Randomizer room?
Because you only come here to randomize it. What was that bomb throw, Goomba? I mean, no one saw that.
Nope, nobody saw that. That was a strat.
It was RNG manip. I think that was chess 14. Can I get a
I can confirm that is chest 14.
Alright. I'll let you do the command. There we go. The winner was Corporea. And it looks like 14 was the only one that picked 14. Just think, if that guy opened, if Goomba opened right first, you would have won.
I know, right?
I know.
But well done, Corporea. You get 23 points to be on our leaderboard. Enjoy your internet points.
You can redeem them for... You can redeem them for street cred. Don't forget, like, for these guessing games, you can pick the numbers people have already picked. You get 5 points for still being correct, even though you're not first.
Exactly.
This is a horrible room, by the way. Kind of vanilla. Instead of small things all over the place, it's just big ones.
Mm-hmm. Ganon Ball Z is always vanilla. Could you imagine if Ganon Ball Z, if like the cannons were randomized to just shoot random enemies at you?
That would be funny. We're going to see another boss here on the right side. Bob is about ready to go into the vanilla vitreous room.
And Goomba's on to the gauntlet. Got some nice, polite, you know, easy enemies here in the gauntlet. Oh, we've got our second Moldorm.
So we will not see another Moldorm.
Eight-eyed Moldorm in the goo.
Moldorm gives out... Both Moldorms gave out 300 rupees!
Okay, Baba needs to make the play to Village of Outcasts, grab that ice rod from the attic, and take the purple chest in to get his hookshotty. Vanilla Red Stelphos, please.
Alright. We have our first Argus!
Okay, at least we're guaranteed to have hookshot here. And yeah, Baba's banking on pendants at this point. Gonna go and dip into Ice Palace. But hey, we might get to see what the Ice Palace boss is before Goomba finishes the seed.
Then we can process elimination on what the final boss could be.
Exactly.
Oh, and I forgot!
Yup. Anytime there is a sprite change in a boss, so Argus losing all its puffs or Trinex losing a shell, the game detects that as, hey, the enemies are dead. And you can just keep going. Yeah, just ether it, Goomba. Don't try to chase those mini Moldorms on conveyors. It's not worth it.
Oh, we found our bug net in Ice Palace.
Too little, too late, Ice Palace.
Could you think that was your logical way? I know, like, you know, let's say this was like a swordless seed. Could you just think this, if that was your logical way to kill Agate 1? Just the bug net.
That's gross. This is a half vanilla torches room. That's not so bad.
Oh, we're getting an icebreaker, by the way.
Hey, cool. Gotta re-hit the button though if you mess it up. This is a glitch that extends Link's door animation state. So you want to get yourself pixel perfect, use the block, and clip yourself so that you're under the block and into the door at the same time. The game doesn't like that and will try to push Link through the block.
Alright, we get Vitreous here on Moldorm 2. Nice easy fight, you just stay way off to the side, you just avoid everything.
So I think it's gonna be, it's either Blind here in Ice Palace or at Ice Armos, because we have not seen Blind yet.
True.
And the other one is our duplicate.
Of course, we can also get all the way down to Ice Palace and find ourselves Trinex at the bottom of Ice Palace.
Yep. And Trinex could be our other duplicate, and Blind is here at Ice Armos. Neither one is very nice. But we are on to Aga 2.
Ooh.
The OG Aganometry fight. Nice triple.
Nope, that was a double.
Oh, they hit at the same time?
No, in Randomizer, Aga 2 has this weird thing where if you hit him with a fireball before he shoots his fireball, he's just like, what the heck, dude? What the heck? And just doesn't shoot his fireball.
Alright, and we are on to the Ganon fight. Final boss. Not enemized, not randomized. Just our nice ordinary Ganon fight with what the heck is that bat sprite? Kachiri, explain.
That was the eyes emote. You know, the whole eyes emote thing where people are looking.
Kind of look like Viddy's eyes there.
Kind of.
Alright. Phase 1. Nice setup here.
Are we in phase 2? 12.
This is a really nice setup.
12 hits per phase with the Temper Sword. I do believe we've hit again enough to move this into phase 3, which we have. 4 hits on phase 3.
Nice 1-and-1 by Goomba. Ganon, please stop warping. Please. Please. Oh my gosh.
You can't hit me, neither.
Yeah, Ganon warps are randomized between both seeds, so if Baba makes his way up to Ganon's tower, he'll face this same awful teleport pattern. Ugh.
Oh my god!
How many warps is this? What's going on?
Alright. We'll get told silver, my true weakness. And then now there's just 4 silver arrows we need to do. We do not get the torch glitch, but it's fine. We could possibly get a triple here. We get a 1, we get a 2. There we go.
Number 4 just a few seconds later, but that's fine and good and dandy. We've got the pig down, the lights go out.
And
We're
last
just
location
waiting for that bridge.
Last locations, we'll move on to 12 points, 4 and 2. And get you GG's in chat. And Baba, shortly after, does forfeit. And it was Trinex! It was Trinex! I called it!
I think it was a combination of the dot done and seeing that Trinex there. It's like, yeah, nope, we're done here. We'll see if we can get them both in for an interview here.
Oh man, that was a fun seed though. So yeah, no, it was Blind on Ice.
Blind on Ice. I wouldn't want to do that. You know, there's a lot of the memes about Trinex on Ice. A lot of it was started from a seed last year where it was a hard mode Trinex on Ice, so there was no half magic, only Master Sword. Yeah.
That's just disgusting.
It was really disgusting.
Oof. Oh, those turtle shells are crabs!
Yeah, if you've never seen Randomizer credits before, they're amazing because all the sprites are just replaced with random bits of.
Yep.
But we are joined by our winner Goomba here. GG's Goomba, well played. Hoofa.
Hey, GG.
So great job stomping your enemy. Usually it's the other way around.
Haven't heard that one before.
I'm here for the next 10 minutes. So thoughts on the scene?
I hate Randomizer. I really, really don't like Randomizer. I don't know why my teammates made me play this garbage, but here we are.
I mean, you did a great job considering you finished while Baba was still looking for 2 more pendants. Not pendant, crystals.
Yeah,
2 items away from go mode.
Ultimately, I think it was just a decision for me to stay in logic and not follow any of the items I found on the mountain, which made me going to the back of Thievestown, so I found the ice rod. Because if I had gotten the mitts before the ice rod, I have no idea when I would have gotten the ice rod. So.
And of course, the other item from the back of Thievestown, that powder in the big chest, put everything back into logic.
Ew.
Yeah, and I mean, was it like a quadruple dip Thievestown for you at that point? Because you went in originally, saw Cold Stare, had no magic. And had you realized that the stun prize was full magic at that point?
Yeah, I checked that afterwards, and I felt kind of dumb, because I was like, oh, well, I guess I could have killed Cold Stare while I was there, huh? Isn't that awkward?
Yeah. No, you guys had a great route. Baba had a little bit of an early lead, but then decided to die so many times to both Mothula and Cold Stare. It was that was probably when most of the separation happened. And no. Anything you would have done differently this season?
Let's see, not die in Chicken House, not die to the Lionel by Ice Rod Cave, check the stun prize before Thievestown, not die to Trinex in Desert Palace. You know, aside from that, some execution dumbs here and there, but the route was nice, I think, so that worked out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep. I think, your play to stay in logic worked out quite well. You made the right call to do Smith Chain into Swamp.
Yeah. Originally I was intending on doing the hookshotless Swamp Palace dive after Thievestown, but then the lamp put the boots in logic, so I figured maybe I should go check Kingston. And turns out that was the correct play, so that was kind of lucky, I guess, but...
Well, GG's. You and Lunlin go 2-0 for your team this week in Randomizer.
You're going to at least tie for second, possibly first if Arrow 216 have their first 0-2 week. How do you guys feel for the rest of the matches in the next 4 weeks? Is there a week you're looking forward to?
I mean, I'm a huge fan of cross keys, so obviously I'm looking forward to week 5. Get to play some cross keys. It's a lot of fun. I'm a bit worried about the spoiler co-op week. Pretty tough matchup there.
Oh yeah, you're against Error 216 in that week.
Yeah, definitely a very, very scary team, so we'll see how that goes. Overall though, I'm having a lot of fun in the league. Had a lot of fun last season as well. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to the rest of my races.
Well, GG once again. We'll just remind you all to be sure to follow Goomba and follow Houston Baba to keep up with their league exploits. Next week in the Mystery Seeds, Team Last Locationers are going to be facing off against Team Challenged, while the Missing Bow is going to face up against the Sexy Gannons. Mystery Week, super fun. If you've never seen it before, we not only randomize the items, we randomize the settings. So we might see a little bit of Randomizer again. We might combine it with some Key Sanity, maybe some Entrance. Could have hard mode on there, swordless, maybe a pedestal seed.
Cross keys. So, mind, what you're saying is if you haven't seen Mystery Seed, we haven't yet either.
Absolutely.
every
Absolutely.
seed is going to be a mystery. We're going to try and piece together. It could start standard. It could be swordless. It could be inverted cross keys. It could be fast cannon. It could be like, I think the minimum crystal requirement is still 3. I don't think the rolls is going to allow you to go under 3. So, but yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And there's lots of, if you don't worry though, if you like Randomizer, there's lots more coming up. All day today, there is Rando on the SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6, as well as some rebroadcasts on the ALTTPR League and the ALTTPR League 2 through 4. Be sure to give all those channels a follow to get your fill of Randomizer League action. If you want to watch a little something else, lots of other things coming up on SpeedGaming. We've got Aria of Sorrow Randomizer. Kachiri, I think you've got a little bit of a hand in that.
Yep, no, we're about halfway done with it now. We're getting down to the quarterfinals. So a lot more Aria Sorrow Randomizer left to go.
We've also got the Super Metroid multi-category tournament coming up. That's going to be a Super Metroid tournament where the runners have to play, 100%, any percent. There's bingo, RBO, got SMB3 randomizer, and the Final Fantasy tournament. So it's a stacked day-to-day. So if you're stuck inside, nothing to do, lots to watch, lots to enjoy. Thanks again to Lin for doing the tracking for us. And Kachiri, I'll let you sign us off.
Yeah, just as mine said, follow everyone. Follow each other in chat. All be friends with each other. Stay tuned. I'm sure we'll be raided into another matchup. And for everyone here in SpeedGaming, may the Triforce be with all of you. And have a good day.